on this very example. And also, I do have other things I painted with diamonds, Halloweenish stuff, so I guess I will show you that first. In this video you will hear, well, besides a lot of background noises, you will hear crinkles and scratches. So I do have a bow. This is a very nice Halloween coaster. I painted it last year, and what I really do like about this painting is that it's so glittery and shiny. These diamonds are very like jewelry, and I do like the plastic material. I also painted Christmas coasters last year, but they were made out of wood, and I must say I enjoyed it more to diamond painted the plastic coaster. This is the next one. It's a spooky ghost. That's also very sparkly, diamondish. And it looked like bedazzled. Diamond painting was actually nothing else than bedazzling, I guess. And I really like the sound of bedazzled items. And when they look as cute as this little fella here, then it's perfect. Halloween is near. It's not so far away anymore. It's All Hallows Eve, and here in Germany, we are celebrating Halloween, not as big as the USA, but we are getting very close to that event. Many houses are celebrating their fancy decorations, their Halloween spooky season decoration. Also with this pumpkin heads carved with scary or funny faces. That's really becoming a big thing here in Germany as well. So we are getting close, very close to the USA. Halloween celebration thing. But what's also interesting is that all the movies are getting back on the television shows. All the Halloween movies, like for children, the Hocus Pocus 1 and 2. Have you already seen part 2 of Hocus Pocus? And the I'm sorry, I do have a little flu. That's the reason for I can't do that ASMR video and I can't do it in whispering voice. What I meant is I can't do this video in soft spoken because my voice is very cracky. And here we have a black cat, and I really like black cats because when I was a child I was afraid of cats because I only knew very aggressive, mean cats. They going to attack us in the nights and play with our feet, things like that, and destroy all the Barbie playground decoration we put up and stuff like that. And they look friendly, but actually when they just feel like they're going to hit you with the claws. So I wasn't a fan of cats, but my first boyfriend had a black cat, and he was the most gentle cat I have ever known. Since this day, he was such a good soul and so smooth and soft in his character. So he healed me, and from that day on, I really loved cats and black cats, of course, as well. This is the last coaster. Here we have a little ghost again with a small pumpkin in front of a castle, I would say, and black leafless trees. And this is supposed to be the moon, I guess. When you're not familiar with diamond painting, you might ask how these little rhinestones going to get on that plate and how do they stick. And let me explain it to you on this picture. I must say this picture is my first picture I ever painted with diamonds, and they're not as rhinestoney as the coaster diamonds, but they still sparkling somehow. The motive, you can see a girl cuddling with a dragon. Let me show you that picture in small. Here you can see the picture in small, and I choose that picture I think I have to put a spoiler warning in the title. Let me now explain to you how the diamonds are getting on that picture. This is going to be very crinkly now. The crinkle sounds are really loud, so I think I'm going to make the microphone turn down the volume a bit. The picture comes with foil on it, and the foil sticks on the picture because there is something like glue on it. I'm going to rip it off a little bit. You can see what I mean, I think. I work in quadrants. That means that I only make little quadrants, because otherwise, when you throw all the foil away, then your hand always sticks on that glue. So here you can see the microphone. I have to watch how I can do the show thing. It's best, okay? Maybe I have to build that a little bit more like here. And my chair making noises. It's actually not the chair, it's the pillow. Okay, but the crinkle sounds are really nice. Crinkly. Okay, I'm going to show you how it's get to be done. We do have like a little pen here with a hole in it. Looks like a pen. A little pen. And with that pen, you need to pick up a little bit of wax, which you can see inside here. It's a little bit of wax inside. You can see that, right? So we have to pick up a little bit of wax from that small plate of wax. And it's not that easy when you put it on your finger like this. So now here we have a little dot of wax, and you can see it's tiny and a little bit sticky. Now I have to check which letter is the most, which letter we want to do glue. As you can see, this picture is mostly in colors like brownish, grayish, or a little bit of white. But it's very dark and not very colorful, which I do like, and that is the reason for we don't have to handle here with a lot of different colors, but with a lot of shades. So this picture contains 9 different colors, and some colors are very represented on the picture. That comes to that I do have to put 3 containers for just one color. For on the other pictures, mostly they're very bright and colorful. You have to name all the containers with a different color. But now we do the W, and I'm just gonna open that small little container here, and I put that aside. And we have a small ship here. We call that a ship. And you have to make sure that all the other containers are very well closed, otherwise you mix on that ship all the must say, but also to work with. And you have a very good picture. It's like puzzling, but you only can do that once. Last year, after I painted all that Halloween stuff, I was in painting fever, so I bought a lot of winter and Christmas motifs, like real pictures like this, but I didn't start them, and now because I had no time, because I was a part-time content creator and had a real job as well, and not a real job. Content creating is a real job. A different job as well, so it was really hard getting everything under one thing, and so I had no time left, and I was really depressed and so on. That's why I stopped doing regularly uploads, because I was burned out and was eaten up by social media issues. But now I reconciled, and as you can see, sometimes it's not very exaggerated, not exactly, but when you have more rows, more stones in a row, then you can press them on the exact point where it's supposed to stick. Then you shake it a little bit. Sometimes you have some stones that go together, but I think it's only it's not real glue together. It's just stick together. Then you shake it a little bit, which is satisfying as well. And then you could go on. And here you can see what I mean. It's just getting in between, and there the row is getting very in a real line. Normally my angle is more like straight. I just do it more like from the side, because then you can see better, I guess. And I'm really astonished that I haven't forgot yet which letter I'm painting right now. So, and while I'm doing that painting, I am listening to the audio book. The thing is that I'm really a deep diver when I'm sucked into a story. I really need to deep dive in, so that's the reason for I bought not only the audiobook but also the dramatized version of Fourth Wing and all the books of Fourth Wing. So far there are 3, but there are coming more. Rebecca Yarros is writing. Rebecca Yarros is writing. Okay. Here we don't have glue on it because there's the foil. So I'm going to pull the next string of foil. you find this video as satisfying as me, as like I'm doing it. So, and the thing is that Fourth Wing had 3 books. It's like Fourth Wing is the first one, Iron Flame the second, and the third one is Onyx Storm. And the female protagonist called Violet Sorrengail really got me sucked into. I really like her because she actually is very weak but clever and become more strong during the books. And of course there's a love story as well. Love story like, you know, enemies to lovers thing. Oh, that's the worst case scenario. Now I totally fucked up all the rhinestones, and I right now have to pick them up, put them back into the ship where they're, because now they're all over the painting. That's the problem when you don't put the ship beside. I wanted you to see how I'm picking up the rhinestones, and now I do have the problem. I guess the worst thing is when you have hair, when you have animals. I think that's even more problematic. So now we do have some stones here. Just, oh no, they're all over the paper. Yeah, that's and they sort of sticking on the file because the file was before a matte canvas, which is glowy, and now the foil is sticky as well. So I have to pick each diamond up again. Oh, sometimes you lose some diamond, but it's not that worse as I thought in the beginning. It sounded more dramatically than it is actually. Okay, this is, you know, this isn't exactly a diamond painting pincetta. Okay, do I pick up? Oh, yeah, I think I did. Okay, let's talk again about Sorrengail. I really do like her character, because she is getting stronger in the books, and that's what I like when there is development in the characters, and when there is development in the relationships between the characters, and yeah, the love is very important to me. I find books without love story very boring, and I do like a little bit more complicated love stories, more interesting. So I really like enemies to lovers, and fantasy is perfect because it's not getting in the way of the real life, and it gives you the chance to really dive into another world, into another universe, which I really like. I didn't know that I was into fantasy since I have read or listened to Fourth Wing, which was very a coincidence because a podcasting lady I am listening to regularly for 6 years now, she actually talks about development, self-development and things like that. She was talking about that book. She's as old as I am. We're grown-up women, but she was caught up into that story, and I thought, okay, why don't give it a try? I've heard a lot about it through Book Talk, and so I decided to give it a try, and it was really, really inspiring. It's so inspiring that I feel the urge of surrounding myself with the stuff of that book. So that means I'm a merch victim, but I don't want to just buy it and hang it up here or use it. I want to do a little effort. So that's the reason for it. I bought that diamond painting. I wanted to start diamond painting this season now because it's a cozy season. The weather isn't always good outside, so here's a hair we don't want to have on that picture. So where are the W's? So when we don't need any W's more, but we do need, because we have our hair much more. Right, there's the foil. We put the diamonds back in the little container, but we do it with the baking paper on it because we don't want to glue all the stones on that canvas again. Put that back into the little container and watch which letter we're going to do next. I think it's going to be the R. And now that I've shown you a little bit of my work here, my new hobby, I think you liked it. If you love crinkle sounds, you must like it. The only thing that might be disturbing is my voice when you don't like talking videos. Somehow I switched from whispering into a soft voice, which is okay right now. But now my voice is done with being used. I have to be silent for now, and I have to do a little bit of sneezing and coughing again. And I hope you like that kind of video, and maybe we can do some meet up again with the next picture I'm going to start. It is going to be, of course, a Christmas themed canvas, and yeah, stay tuned. and leave a comment and a thumb up if you like that when you're awake. Okay, I say bye bye for now. Bye bye.